County Commissioners. I'll call this meeting to order. The recess has ended. We'll have the prayer led by Mr. Hicks and the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mr. Stewart. If you would stand.
Let's pray. Dear Father, we thank you for the beautiful day we have today, Lord. We thank you for all the blessings of life, Lord. We ask that you lead and guide us as we take care of the business of the county. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, gentlemen. Start out with approval of claims. Checks dated 9/8 of 2025. Pre-approval was given 9/8 of 25. General fund, general $378,098.65. Other $59,162.76. Highway $17,012.71. A grand total of $454,274.12. A motion to ratify.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to checks dated 9/15 of 25. General, $352,618.36. Other, $122,311.88. Highway, $52,726.24. A grand total of $527,656.48. A motion for approval.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve checks dated 9/15, 2025. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to payroll. Payroll number 19. Pre-approval was given 9/9 of 2025. The pay date was 9/12 of 2025. The gross amount was $696,270.53. I'll entertain a motion to approve payroll number 19.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve payroll number 19. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have no minutes, correct? We'll move on to item number 5. We did receive the monthly clerk reports for July. Is that correct? Do we need to see a motion to that we've received them?
We just show as received, yeah.
We'll move on to item number 6, communication and board updates, elected officials, special boards, special committees. Not seeing anybody getting up and going to the podium. We'll move on to the EMA report. Mr. Jackson.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Not much to report. Everything's quiet for the most part. However, we are monitoring the dry conditions. Drought monitor updates on Thursday. We watch that every Thursday. So at this point, really no action for us to take, but we'll keep you informed if that changes.
Are there, do you know that, are there any counties that are under a burn ban or?
Yeah, as of this morning, there was about 8 counties in the state, most of them in southern Indiana, nobody near us, but surrounding counties just to the north and east of us are in a moderate drought, so we'll keep an eye on it.
Thank you. We'll move on to item number 8, central dispatch report. Mr. Hicks.
Good morning again. So far this month, we've had 1,043 911 calls. We've had 1,300 administrative calls. We've dispatched 400 or 4,577 law enforcement related calls, 302 fire related calls, 499 EMS calls, and dispatchers handled 308 calls for the month. 2 weeks ago, we did interviews with 7 candidates. 6 of those moved on. 3 were in over the past week for their sit-ins. Those all went well, so we'll be moving those on to the testing phase. We have 3 more scheduled for this week, and then once those are done, we will move those 3 on through to the testing phase. So we've got 16 dispatchers with 2 openings. Unless you have any other questions, that's all I've got.
Any questions?
I will add that on Friday, I do have a group of dispatchers going to Fort Wayne to Three Rivers Ambulance Association for a mental health class, kind of signs and symptoms, so they can kind of engage themselves and help engage their coworkers with mental health. That's coming up as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Move on to item number 9, IT report. Mr. Elliott.
I mean, I don't really have anything new to report unless you gentlemen have any questions for me or.
Oh, do you? Move on. Move on to item number 10, the highway department report. Mr. White.
Good morning.
Morning.
The first thing I was gonna hand out to you is I have a copy of the roads that we pug milled this year, just for your inventory and stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
So it's just kind of a list of where we did some roads in the county, and just for kind of a reminder, pug mix is basically hot mix, but it's made cold. And so we put it down with a paver and everything else. So just kind of give you an idea where the money went. We spent $285,000, almost $300 on that project. So that's almost 4,800 ton of mix that we put down. So just give you an idea on that. So just to update you on that. Next thing I was gonna bring up is, could we have a motion to give a CR a phone stipend for the highway department, for us to pay for his phone out of his, out of our phone account? I think you have to have a motion for that.
So the motion would be for the assistant highway superintendent to have a cell phone stipend,
Right.
which would be paid from the MVH fund.
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve a motion for the assistant superintendent to have a cell phone stipend. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Update you on some other projects. They are putting the surface coat on Wheeling Pike from February 26th to 500 East. They started this morning on it. It should be completed later this week. They're supposed to start on Francis Slocum Trail this Thursday and Friday, milling it. So probably Saturday or first of next week we'll start putting asphalt on it. I think we got most of the roadway ready for 1812 for them going over using the back of that property. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up is we'd like to have a commitment, financial commitment letter for community crossing. That opens up again October 1st to the 31st of this year. And we'd like to apply for money. We'd like to match it with either, depend on, one project will be a bridge, and then what we don't, if we don't use all the money, it's only $1 million this time. So if there's any remaining balance, we'll probably put some road projects for paving in. But we'd like to, if you'd sign off on this, and then I gotta go to the council meeting on Wednesday night to see if they'll sign off from the president of the county council, so. basically just a financial letter saying that we'll match our 50/50 match.
So we need a motion to approve Mr. White to pursue a community crossing grant for October, is that correct?
Yes. October of this year, so.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve Mr. White to pursue a grant through Community Crossings up to $1 million for paving for this October.
Or bridge.
Or bridges, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And then I think I said last meeting, hopefully next meeting I'll have the quotes for the truck chassis that I would like to, I've been talking to them and I've got one already, so hopefully I'll have two before the next meeting. So, that's all I have unless you gentlemen have anything.
I don't have anything. Thank you, Mr. White. We'll move on to item number 11, HR report or county administrator report.
Don't have much today, just wanted to let the commissioners know and the employees know that we will have Los Amores food truck sitting out here on Thursday this week, available for purchase. During, from 11 to 1:30.
Any other questions or comments? We'll move on. Thank you. We'll move on to the first item under new old business, contract for Patrick Connor Sullivan. Mr. Marty, do you have anything you'd like to add to the Connor Sullivan contract? Do we need to take action or should we table it?
Oh, I think you should table it.
Is a motion to table till next meeting?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to table the contract with Connor Sullivan. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to the first item under new business, item number
Mr.
1.
President, go ahead and approve number 2, just in case.
Okay, take action on number 2.
Yeah.
Item number 2 under old business, Beckman Lawson contract. Beckman Lawson is an employee. Mr. Harker, do you want to?
Yes.
Speak to his duties.
Law, and I recommend it could be used to help the employee handbook and also any employment law matters that may arise. I reviewed the agreement as well.
Is there a motion to approve the Beckman Lawson contract?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve the Beckman Lawson contract or as an agreement. Again, he's an employment lawyer that we're needing advice from periodically. I mean, obviously the main project is our employee handbook. He specifically deals with employee handbooks. And so we believe that this is necessary to update our employee handbook. And so I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Harker. We'll move on to item number 1 under new business, or opioid ordinance and signing of new opioid settlement. Mr. Harker, if you would.
Yes, I have prepared an opioid ordinance governing the expenditure of the funds, and it establishes a new committee in order to foresee how those funds will be expended in the future. The county, as well as other municipalities, stand to receive a lot of money in the next several years due to the national settlements. The funds have restrictions. 2/3 have to be used directly for opioid remediation pursuant to the national settlement terms, and the remaining 1/3 is eligible for unrestricted use by the county. So this ordinance gives a framework for a committee to be able to evaluate the use of those funds and allow the public to see by virtue of the transparency that will occur from those public meetings.
Are there any other questions or comments from the members? What ordinance number? 12? Chair ready for a motion? I am. I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance number 12-2025. I'll second that. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve ordinance number 12-2025, an ordinance establishing an opioid fund committee. At this time, since this is an ordinance, I care if we get some public comment. Whatever you want to do, sir. I'll just go ahead and open it up for public comment regarding this ordinance. Come to the podium and state your name.
Morning. Melissa Stevenson, Director of Court Services. Just for clarification about the ordinance, am I assuming correctly that the two positions that are at Court Services, so that would be the Drug Court Probation Officer and the Treatment Coordinator, would still remain in effect? They would be, they've already been approved and allocated?
Yes, that would be true.
That's the intention
Yes.
of that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then is that something that the commissioners intend on continuing in the future?
I mean, obviously, that'd be up to the full committee to decide, for next year's budget, so to speak, that would have to be, in my eyes, you'd bring those requests to the committee for approval for next year.
Okay.
I mean, well, it's approved for next year already, it's to be for 27.
Okay, so what information, so from my understanding, I don't have a seat at that table, so what information do you need from us moving forward?
I think that's something that the committee was just gonna have to work out, to see what the impacts would be.
And then if there's an audit of some sort, what information do you need from us?
So for the audit for that, I know that, we don't really need anything. I think we removed it from the ordinance. So
Okay.
we can work with the auditor for that information.
In terms of, I know that you were valuing transparency and things like that, so reporting and transparency, what are you looking at in terms of data from us around those positions? Are you looking at numbers served? Are you looking at long-reaching jail impact data? Are you looking at, because this allows us to take 25 more people in drug court?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's gonna be up to the full committee to decide, what data that they would request to make those decisions. So I can't speak for the committee, but obviously, being that this is a committee of commissioners, it'll have to be a public meeting. So, I mean, it's just sheds a light of transparency on that meeting.
So those are public meetings, would be appropriate for other people to attend and be able to have questions, comments, be able to kind of share some of what we're seeing on our end as it looks at like how we're addressing the opioid crisis, how these funds are being used. Just trying to get some clarification in terms of what the commissioner's expectations are. Obviously, we value these positions. They have been very effective at getting people into service very quickly, most of the time avoiding jail stays, so I think that's helpful information I'm assuming you would like to hear and know. Just trying to get an idea of what you're looking for. I would just ask that if you're looking for data points that we know ahead of time, because it's easy to collect it from the beginning. It's really challenging to get it from after the fact. So we certainly value and appreciate the partnership that you guys are allowing us to keep these positions moving forward and the impact that it has on our community. Certainly happy to share all of that information. If you're interested in conversations in the minutes from the previous work group that's getting dissolved, it sounds like, through the ordinance. I'm happy to share that information with you, conversations that we've had with our local, even some of the other jurisdictions like Marion. We've had some conversations with them as well, not to ask them, they're not asking us for county dollars, we're looking at ways to partner with them as a suggestion from the Indiana Association of Counties. So they're saying, please work together to use your money wisely to best serve the community. And so we've had a couple of conversations about what that could look like. And so if you're interested in that information, happy to share that with you as well.
Okay, no, absolutely. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments? I have a motion and a second. I'm not seeing anybody else come to the podium. So all those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to an
Mr.
ordinance.
President, one other thing, there is a new settlement, approved settlement that we had signed for one a couple meetings ago, but there's another one that we'll need to get your signature on. Just wanted to, it's in your packet.
Okay.
But, and quite a few, I would say defendants of the, have settled. So there's settlement funds that we can also apply for as the county through the same process, the same organization. We just need to go in and sign for it. So last time we just did a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. A motion to approve, continue signage for the new opioid settlement funds. It's the new national opioid settlement, secondary manufacturer opioid implementation administrator. So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Thank you. We'll move on to new business item number 2, ordinance for treasurer fees. Mr. Harper?
Yes, our county treasurer came to us and asked that we look into ways for her to offset the expenses that she is incurring in making the copying costs for the public. And so we have researched, she has researched what an appropriate amount would be for charging, and we put that as an ordinance for your approval.
Do you have the ordinance number? Do you have the official ordinance? No?
13.
The 13?
Yes.
So this ordinance is to establish fees that are a little higher within the treasurer's office for making copies. And is there any questions or comments? Is the treasurer here? Would you like to speak to your fees, if you would?
Good morning. Just trying to offset the cost of reprinting tax statements. I'll say 80% come in to pay their tax bill without their tax statement, and we have to reprint. That perforated paper is expensive, $156 a box. So just trying to offset and get some of that money back for the county.
Okay. Are there any questions for the treasurer?
No, sir.
I don't have any, so thank you. I'll go ahead and open it to public comment regarding ordinance for number 13, establishing fees for the treasurer's department. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve those.
I'll second that. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve ordinance number 13, establishing fees for the Treasurer's Department. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to item number 3 under new business. Review of the Glickfield building appraisals.
Yes.
Mr. Harder?
Thank you. We have received both appraisals as required by Indiana law. At this point, in order to move forward with any action, I recommend that the commissioners make a motion to accept the appraisals, keep them on file for 5 years, and also forward them to the county council for their review. This allows the commissioners a 5-year window in order to purchase this building.
Any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion. I'll make a motion that we approve the 2 appraisals for the Glickfield building. I'll second that. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to accept the appraisals for the Glickfield building. Just want to make a comment. I think that Commissioner Stewart and myself are well aware that at this time, I don't think we're interested in the building to acquire it, but obviously we want to accept these appraisals just given the fact that we wouldn't have to go through the process if we did decide further, at a later date that the building would be available. So do we want to talk about what they were or no?
Okay.
Give the numbers.
Oh. Yes, we do.
Or do you want Artie to talk about it?
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
that one and that one.
One was for 540,000, and the other one was for 340,000.
Thank you. So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. So we'll forward those onto the council. That way they've received copies of those as well. We'll move on to item number 4, county property farmland lease. Mr. Hartford?
Yes. This is for the farm ground located as part of the county building, I believe, on Northway Road. And pursuant to Indiana law, the commissioners, county can only enter into leases for 3 years unless there's council approval for a longer period. And each time a lease comes up, the commissioners must determine it's in the best interest of the county and the public to lease the farmland. And they have to go through the process of obtaining 2 appraisals in order to determine the fair market rental value. And then there's a public bidding process in order to finalize the terms of the lease. So if the commissioners are interested in leasing this property again, then there needs to be a motion to make a finding that it's in the best interest of the county and the public to lease the property and to move forward with the appraisal process.
Are there any questions from the members regarding the lease? Obviously, there's a process when it comes to leasing the land that the county owns for agricultural use. And so we got to work through that process. I've never been through it. Mr. Harker is going to walk us through that process. This is the motion that it's in the best interest of the public to lease this land. Obviously, as Mr. Harker said, we have to have 2 appraisals of the value of land, and then there'll be a timeline for the bidding process, and we think that we can achieve that in a timely manner.
Yes. The notice provision appears to be, I think, we have to publish it 2 times, 7 days apart. So I'll verify that timeline and provide that to the commissioners in writing.
Any other questions or comments? I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion. I'll second the motion. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to proceed with land, leasing the land, county-owned farm land, and it's in the best interest of the public to do so. And that we'll go ahead and start the appraisal process and set forth the bidding guidelines. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to item number 5. Under new business, jail food service contract termination. The sheriff's here to speak on regards to that.
Good morning, Mr. President, Commissioner Stewart. Thank you for having me on the agenda today. If I could take the liberty just to thank you for the waffle breakfast not too long ago. The basement looks great, and Beth did a great job putting that together. Unfortunately for me, I'm trying to watch what I eat, so I couldn't eat the waffles, but I did have a banana and some apples. I also want to just take this time to inform you of a great job our team did last week in taking 5 pounds of meth off the street, saving a lot of lives, and they did an outstanding job doing that. So I just wanted to take the liberty to do that. But we're here to talk about jail food service contract. We are currently in contract with Tiger Food Services. And after talking to Mr. Harker and talking to our staff, we decided that it's in the best interest of the county to do away with that contract. So we got with Mr. Harker, wrote up a letter to Tiger. We've just had a lot of issues. Quality, and trust me, I know it's a jail. You're not going to get a 5-star meal out of jail, but it was just getting really bad. There was an instance where their employees didn't show up, so we had to have some of our jail staff come in to do that. So we did contact Mr. Harker. He helped us do a letter for them. That letter has been submitted to Tiger. In fact, we have spoken with the CEO of Tiger, and they understand. And our plan right now, if it's approved by the commissioners, is for the new company to start October 11th. And just so you know, we serve approximately 328,500 meals per year through these vendors. Now, sometimes it may be a little bit higher depending on what our jail population is. So we try to base that on a 300 jail population. So it's over 300,000 meals we're serving per day. Per year. Our budget last year for this year was $760,000. It'll be the same for 2026, but we are looking at doing away with that contract. And I'll take any questions in reference to that.
Questions or comments? So we need a motion to terminate the contract with Tiger Food Services first, correct, Mr. Harker?
Yes.
And I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to give notice of termination to Tiger Food Service contract. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And then you want to talk about your new contract, or?
Yes, sir. I did contact them and had them add the signature page for the commissioners for the contract. And we took bids from 3 different companies, and the best bid that we received was from a company named Victus. Our projected savings moving from Tiger to Victus for 2026 it's going to be about $105,000. They charge us per plate. With Tiger, we're paying about $2.04, I believe, per plate. And I think you got those numbers there in the packet that we sent to you guys. And Victus is only charging us $1, I believe, 72. But anyhow, the projected savings is going to be around $105,777. That could go up depending on our jail populations, how many plates we're preparing. The more plates that they make, the less it is per plate. Obviously, we try to keep that number right around 300. So those are the numbers for that. The contract was forwarded to Mr. Harker. I believe he had a chance to look at it and advised us to go ahead with the process, to move the process forward. And I'll take any questions you may have. Victus is part of a company we currently are with, CPC, that does our communication with the jail. And it's a great company to work for. Their service is really good, and we're expecting the same thing from the food service portion of this company.
Are there any questions? Mr. Harker, you've reviewed both these agreements.
Sorry?
You've reviewed both these?
Yes, we're approving both, correct? Yes.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to enter into an agreement with Victus regarding food service, which would be a start date of October the 11th. And then also Victus for commissary software, hardware, and fulfillment agreement. Are there any other questions from the members?
No, sir.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thanks, Sheriff.
We'll move on to item number 7 under new business, a resolution to remove Jonesboro properties from the county tax sale list. Mr. Harker?
Yes. We have a request from the mayor of Jonesboro to pull certain real estate from the tax sale. And we have approved a resolution to that effect.
So we're looking at resolution number 14, 2025, a resolution identifying tax sale certificates to be pulled from the tax sale to the public.
No. Those were ordinances.
Oh,
Be resolution number 5.
5, sorry. Resolution number 5, is that right? So I'll just give a brief list of the property's address. Obviously, Mr. Harker, just give us a brief explanation of how the process works.
Sure. All this does, the properties have already gone through tax sale once, and they're set to go through again. And what this does is removes them from the tax sale and allows the commissioners to assign that tax sale certificate to either Jonesboro or the governmental entity or nonprofit at a later time. So it's not a commitment to do anything with it or to give it to anyone. It's just simply removing it from the tax sale so that if the commissioners so choose, they could begin the acquisition process.
Thank you, Mr. Harker. So on the table, we have a resolution number 5, 2025, resolution identifying tax sale certificates to be pulled from the tax sale to the public. We've identified 401 South Main Street, Jonesboro, Indiana, 500 South Water Street, Jonesboro, Indiana, 8 South Main Street, Jonesboro, Indiana, 234 East 10th Street, Jonesboro, Indiana, West 4th Street, Jonesboro, Indiana. Are there any other questions or comments?
No, sir.
I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 5-2025.
I'll second that. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve resolution 5, 2025, a resolution identifying tax sale certificates to be pulled from the tax sale to the public. I'll go ahead and open the podium up for public comment. If you want to comment on this, come to the podium, state your name and address, and I'll allow 2 minutes. Not seeing anyone, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move on to item number 8, a Motorola contract with the Sheriff's Department.
And once again, thank you for having me up here. Motorola contract, we're looking at updating our body cameras. We are currently with them just for body cameras. Our body cameras have gotten old. It's a good company, great company to have. But part of the contract this year, we added car cameras because our cameras in our vehicles are right now are about 15, 16 years old. A lot of them are not working. And we always want to make sure that we're transparent in everything we're doing. So we want to have that technology to do that. The payment, and I apologize for not having those numbers with me. I didn't realize that was added to this week's agenda. I thought it was going to be on the next one. But the payments for that will be paid out of commissary. There will be no cost to the county. That whole contract will be covered. And the way we'll do that is we'll be making 2 payments per year out of commissary money to Motorola for that.
And Mr. Harper's reviewed the contract
Yes, I have.
with Motorola.
Yes.
And so their request is to approve the agreement with Motorola
Yes.
to allow the sheriff to proceed to update his equipment via vehicle cameras as well as body cameras. It's going to be paid for out of commissary.
That's correct.
I believe it was 500 and
400 and some thousand. It's costly. It's very expensive technology to have, but it definitely comes in handy for us and for the public. $496,790. It's almost at the $500,000 mark. But like I said, that will be paid for out of commissary. Will not cost the taxpayers any money. That's money that we're able to get through commissary. So.
And I appreciate that. Is there any other questions or comments?
How long do you foresee this equipment lasting, Sheriff?
You know, the body cams are used daily, right? So it's just normal wear and tear. We have to replace them every, Scott takes care, Captain Haley takes care of all of our equipment.
About halfway through the contract, Motorola will come in and change out the body cameras.
Okay.
So we're on our second round. We haven't received any for probably the last 4 to 5 years. They're getting to the point where they're not operating. As far as the vehicles go, the cameras that are in those vehicles now are Digital Ally, which that company is going under, they're closing the doors. So anything we have on it now, they won't be able to fix or anything on that. So that's the reason why we're changing. So they'll be able to sync with each body cam in the car. So.
And one of the good things about the new body cameras is right now our deputies have to physically come in, put them in a dock to download them. With these new ones, my understanding that when they're on station, it automatically download into the cloud. So that makes it a lot better for us. And then also having both systems with Motorola, they talk to each other better. And you know, just like our radios, you know, there was an option to go with Kenwood. There's always other vendors you can go with, but Motorola has been a proven company for law enforcement, and we're very comfortable with their technology and the quality of their products. So that's why we wanted to stay with them. You know, it's just a good company and good service, quality equipment.
Sheriff, is that a program where they take the old ones on trade-in, or do you keep those as long
We'll
as
keep those, and what we plan on doing is using what we can for our detention staff, our jail staff, so that we can have body cameras for them also. And then also, if we have enough or enough working, we'll try and get some to the court, our special deputies at the court. So we haven't really come up with a plan on what we're going to do that, but we definitely would like to get some to our jailers. I think it's important for them to have some too.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions, comments? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second, I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second for myself to approve the county to enter into the Motorola agreement regarding the vehicle cameras and body cameras with the sheriff, which would be paid out of commissary. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And then we'll move on to item number 9. You can stay there, Sheriff. The agreement with Oak Hill, SRO agreement, the safety grant.
Hey, just, I think both of you are aware, our school resource officer with Oak Hill is actually a joint agreement between Oak Hill, us, and the Gas City. Oak Hill pays a portion of the salary so that the deputy does school resource work during the school year. When the school is not in session, he works as a work crew leader for Gas City, where we take a work crew and do work in Gas City. The county didn't cost the county anything to create this position because the remaining part of the salary is paid for by Gas City. So this portion is the agreement with Oak Hill. We've sent that to Mr. Harker for his review, and we're just asking for you guys to approve it. And we will be coming with another one because we'll need to update Gas City, especially if there's a change in salary, so we may have to do an update later for that.
Any questions or comments? If not, I'd entertain a motion. I'll make that motion. I'll second it. I have a motion from Commissioner Stewart, a second from myself to approve the agreement with Oak Hill Schools regarding the school resource unit agreement memorandum of understanding between Oak Hill and the Grant County Sheriff's Department. Mr. Harper has reviewed it.
Yes, I have.
So this time, are any other questions for the members? Yes, sir. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff.
I'm just gonna, I guess not necessarily add an item number 10, but I just want the public to know that we're still reviewing the bids for the EMS building. And so they're still under review, and we haven't made a determination yet regarding those bids regarding the EMS building. Do you have anything else you'd like to add to new business? Yes, sir. We'll move on to public comment. If you want to come to the podium and state your name and address, and I'll allow 2 minutes for public comment. Not seeing anyone. Our next regular meeting will be October the 6th at 10 a.m. We'll be in recess. Thank you. Have a great day. Well done, sir.